Here folks, it's Handmade by Shirley again. I've come back on just to do probably a slightly late firework card, because fireworks was yesterday, wasn't it, last night. So, but what I had was, I suppose you could use this as not just, I thought, fireworks, but perhaps you could use it as a bit like a water fountain or something, giving that same effect. But I thought I'd just come on and do a wee technique with this stencil, which is from Gummiapan. It's number 30, and if you particularly wanted it, that's the name you'd be looking for. Okay, so I've cut out my pieces of cards. So this piece that I'm going to do the technique onto is just a white piece of brilliant white card. It's not multifarious or anything, it's just normal white card, and it measures 3 6/12 by 7.5. And then I've got a gold piece which measures 3.5 by 7 3/4, and I've got this nice sort of yellowy, bright yellowy colour. I'm not sure what it was. It's Stampin'Up one, but I can't remember the name of it. 3 3/4 by 8 inches. So those two are going to go together, and then the white one is going to go on top of those two. And then I've also got a sort of different style of card base that I thought I'd make, just sort of to stand it up on like this time. So it's a kind of old-fashioned tent. So I've got some very old metallic gilding polish here. I thought I'd use just to do some of the techniques. I've had these for ages, so I hope they're going to give the same effect that they did when I had them first. So this one is a fast drying metallic gloss paint, and that's obviously a gilding polish. But I thought if I kind of mix them up, I've got some little brushes on the desk somewhere hiding. I do, yeah, they're here. And I thought if I just did that and did the wee technique, put the card together, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So I thought if I use this wee one first, so it's quite smooshy, and I'm just going to put them over. So that piece of card. Now I do have some tape, which I can tape it down with. You don't have to do that at all, but I think it's probably better just to kind of hold it down a bit, because I don't want it moving about too much. Now I'll pop it over there just now, because I'm just going to do this top one. So this is just low tack tape, really. I have, and I use it for keeping dies on when I'm die cutting, and I use it for things like this. So you can use other tapes, but this is my sort of go-to tape. I think I got this off Amazon. I don't think it's from anywhere specific. There we go, and hopefully that'll hold it on, and then I can do the next piece. So I might go just slightly further down so you can see. Now I do apologise about the last video. I used my new phone. This is my old phone I'm using, and the new phone didn't seem to have very good focus. I didn't seem to get the focus right, so I'm sorry if it's a bit blurry, because I did play it back and it is blurry, and I tried even to put the setting quality to 1080p and it was still like that. So sorry about that, guys, but from now on I'll be using my old phone, and I know it really does do a good job of filming. So I'm going to get one of these little brushes. I've got some gilding waxes as well, which I might use. I've just came on with a bit of an idea, but not a particular idea. So I've got kind of idea in my head, but see, I think this is actually hard as a brick. Oh, I think it is. So I do have some water somewhere, just bear with. I've got some water here that I could actually spritz into it, and that would kind of loosen it. So that just shows you how long it is since I actually used this, a very long time ago. I'm just finding a lot of these things. I've been actually selling some of my stuff that I'm not using these days, and just keeping the stuff that I am, and I am buying new stuff as well. Anyway, so I'll try this on a bit of card just to see if it works. Yeah, so it's a kind of metallic-y paint, which you'll see the sort of shine of the metallic. So it probably could do with a good old mix-up, but at the moment I'm just going to use it. So I'm just going to go into different bits of the stencil. So yeah, this probably could be used as some kind of water feature type thing as well, because it could be like a fountain type thing as well. So there we go. So we'll just pop that to the side. I will use it again, obviously, for the other one. Just pop the lid on. And then this one I'm sure I used quite recently, so it should be okay. Yeah, it looks okay. There is a sponge here in the tops of these that you can use, but that one's a bit dried, so I'm not going to use that. I'm going to just give it a wee bit of water as well, because I think it's quite dried out. So I'll get one of my wee brushes. Now these brushes were just from Amazon. I think you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, and they were all 12 you got, and they were all different sizes, so they're pretty good, and you can wash them to get, especially if you're using like metallics like these. So I'm just going to go into some of the other wee pieces of the stencil, and because the brushes are nice and small, you can do smaller areas. Obviously there is bigger brushes, but there's, you know, lots of different smaller sizes that you can use as well. And that just gives it a bit of stuff. And obviously you can mix this, so I can make that a kind of greeny colour as well. And then I'm going to actually wipe these off. We'll wipe that one off. Just to take the worst of it off. Just now, pop that to the side. I'm going to get, I've got some gilding wax. I've got the gold. I'm just going to get the bronze one, which I thought I had on the table. I didn't. And I have got a silver one as well somewhere. But oh, there we go, I've got them both. So I've had these all for ages as well, and I haven't really used them that well. So I'll get another little brush. I've got a brush already used for the gold, which is quite a thick brush. But I can just put that on the side, and I can just add a few wee areas. I can go over some of the bits as well, and it just gives you an interesting effect like that. And then you can come in with, just wipe that bit away, just wipe that off a bit. I always like to clean up as I go. And then we've got this nice bronze colour, and these are Peebo Gilded Waxes. As I say, I've had them for ages, and that one's a silver Peebo one as well. So let's pop maybe another bit of this. So I've got another bit of a brush for that because I've used that before, so you can see the sizes in brush. That one's toty. So just take a wee bit on, wipe it on the side, and then just add, and then that gives you a bit of a mixture of colour through the stencil as well. So when you take it off, it'll be just a wee bit different. So that's all I'm going to do for that top one, and then I'm going to move down to the bottom stencil. So just pop these out the way because I don't want to be getting any transfers of glitter, what do you call it, on it, of any of these pastes. So I'm just going to keep that one on the top, and I'm going to just move this down to here to hold that. And this one I'll pop up the side just to hold that bit in place, and then this one on this side just to hold that in place. And I'll not put one across because that'll go onto there and I don't want to mess it up. So we're going to start again. So this time I think I'm going to start with some of my Gilded Waxes. So I'm using this bronze colour. I really do like that bronze, it's very nice. So the same thing, just find some part that you want it to be a certain colour and just brush it through the holes wherever it is you want to put that bronze. If you were going to reciprocate it, if you are a Gummiapan fan and you might watch this and think, oh, I quite fancy doing that, or not, I don't know. But in any stencil, you know, just pick the pieces that you want, and then we'll get rid of that. And then let me see, let's put some silver on as well, this one. So I think I've got a silver one that I've used before as well, or similar. So the same thing, dip it in to your pot and then just pop it on the side. I wouldn't pop it straight on because you might get a big huge blob that you really don't want. And then just pop it. I'm popping it on all these wee dots at the side. All the little streams of what could be the fireworks. I suppose people have fireworks throughout the year anyway, for like birthdays, and I certainly know that at Christmas here or New Year here, there's lots of fireworks go off in the area. So I've done that. I might just pop another couple of wee bits in and about here. Just a few wee bits, not too much. Right, that'll do. And I think I'll not do any more of the other colours because I want to make these two slightly different. I'll pop these lids on so they don't dry out. I didn't put any gold on. I'll see, I might put some gold on. I'm going to put on the gilding polish. So this colour is Bright Sunshine. I'm not sure if you get that still in the gilding polishes. You might not. So just going up the areas that I've not really covered. And it doesn't matter that I go over some of the other bits, it really doesn't matter. That just adds a bit more interest to it and gives it a different colour as well. Wished I had some purple or something, because last night across the road we could see, not from somebody's house, it must have been from one of the parks in the area, but we saw the whole firework display, and there was one colour that was just amazing, and it was a kind of purple and gold, a sort of rose gold. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was really, really nice. But I don't have anything purple apart from, well, I do have ink, distress ink. Now, I've got a tiny wee bit on my brush here, so just see if I can get a wee colouring in that as well. I don't want to make it too much the same. And then that is really all I'm doing, and then we'll make the card base. Now, you're probably going to have to leave, well, I'll probably have to leave this to dry a bit, because it will be wet, but I'll still put the card together. So let's review. Oh, that's lovely. So that's what it looks like after it's done. So obviously this needs washed. So I'll pop this across out the way, and yeah, so that's the kind of look you're getting, which is really nice with these Gilded Waxes, because they're all kind of metallic-y, and well, they are, and the polishes are metallic, and the paint was as well. So that's the kind of oh, don't do that, Shirley, because you get everywhere. And you can also splat some stuff onto it as well if you wanted. I've got some of this Nuvo glitter pen, so I could do that as well. So let's see, I need to get something to bash it on. Actually, I could just do it on here. So I tend to just hold on to the very end of it and let it kind of, so you can just put a little bit of that onto your card as well, just to give it a bit more sparkle and interest. So that's nice. I've just noticed a big hair, so we've got those as well. And then I'm just going to wipe up the mess, so you can just see the sparkle, I'm sure you can there, the glitter pen. So that's something else you can just add to it. Right, I'm going to, what I could do is dry that a wee bit with my heat tool. So we'll just plug the heat tool in and give that a bit dry, and then that'll help it on its way. So turn your volume down if you don't want to hear the noise of the heat tool. There we go, that's fine. Put that there. And yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Quite like that. You can see the nice blended colours. You can see the glitter pen where I've splattered it. And that's really pretty easy to do, it's not difficult. So the way that I made my card base was I used a piece of A4, I scored it in half, and then at each end I scored at 1 1/4 inches on each side, and I got this, because I thought it might be quite nice to just have a card like that. So that's what I did. And I need to, because it's kind of cracked there, I don't want it like that. So make sure when you score, after you've scored, make sure that you go over your scoring and keep it nice and crisp. Like that. Just so that it will stand and it will stay in the scored area that you've scored it. So before I pop that together, because I'm just going to pop it together like that, and you can also put your greeting on the back as well, but it's just a different way of doing it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some double-sided tape along here. But before I do that, actually, don't do that yet, Shirley. So that's what you do. So it's an A4 piece of card. You score it in half, and then you score it at each end at 1 1/4 inches, and then that gives you your tent. I call it an old tent because it looks a bit like an old tent. The ones that we used to make when we were little with clothes pet poles and a sheet over your mum's washing line or something like that. So what I can do is I can actually pop the rest of this together. So I'm just going to use wet glue for that, and actually I might just pop a few curves on the edge, if you bear with me. So this is a wee corner punch, so I'm going to do that there and do it there, and then I'm going to do the same here, so that that will coincide. Oh, don't go in there in case it's not quite dry, and the same here. So if you've not got a corner punch like this, you can get them on envelope makers, or you can get other punches that are specifically for that. Now I've noticed I've got a little bit of a curl on this bit here. When you cut with a trimmer, sometimes it curls. So the best way to get rid of that is just take your bone folder across there and flatten it out, and then any other areas that are similar, take your bone folder over it and then flatten it out, and then that just gets rid of that curled up edge. So and there we go, we'll pop that over the top. Now I'm trying to think of some kind of sentiment. I've got my Gummiapan dies over here. Just let's have a wee look in the box. Just bear with me. I have got Smile It's Good For You, but that might be a nice one. Oh, and I can't wait to use this dinky little guinea pig die. Fabulous. Looking forward to using that as well. And there's a few others I've got which will be coming soon, and lots of different brands as well, not just Gummiapan, but I do like the Gummiapan brand as well. And you know, there's quite a few different things. I've been getting some new Spellbinder ones, and some different ones. So, right, what about just doing that? Smile It's Good For You. I think that might work. So, let's just quickly do that before I pop it all together. Just pop that to the side. So, pop it on there, that should fit on there quite nicely. So, this is from Gummiapan as well, and that's the one if you were interested in it. I will try and put some of the stuff in the description box. I didn't put anything in it last night because I just didn't, because I was kind of winging it, as you'll probably see in the video if you watch it. So I've got a block here actually. I need to get new blocks as well. These ones are ancient and they're do the job, but they're pretty grubby. So because these don't come mounted on actual sticky rubber, I just pop a little bit of glue on the back and then pop it onto the block, and that's good enough. And then I need to just pop it on here. So just make sure it's a bit straighter because it's a bit squint. So just make sure it's kind of stuck down. And then I'm just going to use one of my distress inks, I think, to pop that on with. I use Elemental Black. Yeah. No, I think I'll just use black Memento on what's a bit of willow. I could use walnut stain. Let's try and keep it. So I've got walnut stain ink, distress ink. Just give that a wee press down, and I'll just pop that on the top. And just on there. Just hold it down for a few seconds so it transfers to the card. There we go. Even go. That looks good. And then we can start putting it together. So I'll pop this on with just wet glue. I really like this Nuvo glue as well because it's got a nice thin spout where you can squeeze the glue out and it doesn't come out too quickly or in big blobs. So just marrying this up with the curved corners and the straight corners like that. Try not to get glue on it, surely. Just move it a bit. So with the wet glue, you've got that movability to get it into the right place. And then on the back of this now, I'm going to pop it onto here now. Actually, I've just realised I shouldn't have done my smile there. I should have done it on the side because I was going to have it on the side. But well, these things are sent to try us, aren't they? So I think this won't work. I mean, I could put it sideways like that, but I wasn't really wanting to do that because that wasn't going to be the actual part. So just disregard that. And then what we can actually do is I will come back on with a 10-fold card. But because I wasn't thinking about what I was actually doing, I was just having fun, enjoying the process. I'm just going to cut off these two pieces that were scored at 1 1/4, and I'll just make it a normal card. So the base now will be an A4 folded in half and cut at 4 1/2, so that this fits on like that. And what I need to do, one more thing, is just to marry all these bits up. I need to get my corner punch, and hopefully it'll punch. Maybe I'll have to do it separately because it's quite thick card, that. So do that one, do that one, and this might not work. Let's just see if it does. That's it. Right. So, apologies people, I will come back and I will do one that's tenfold like that, with a different design and a different product. Well, the intention was there, but it didn't quite work out. Oh well, you know, it even shows that people like me make mistakes. So, you know, and it's good to sometimes see the process of stuff anyway. So, just kind of marrying that up. I probably could have cut that a bit more because there's quite a bit of white on that side, but it's fine. I'm happy with that. And one more twiddly wee thing I want to do is just add some gems, because I've not added gems on for a wee while, and I like to add some gems, and I've got a few new ones, so let's just add some nice. So these are new ones from Stampin'Up. I'm not sure what they were called, but they are. If you wanted these, they would be in their catalogue. So I'm going to use some of these kind of goldy ones, I think. One there. One up here, I think. Oh no, there's a bit of space there. One down here. Let's just have another one here. And I mean, that card can be for anybody. It could be for a birthday, it could just be because, or any reason really that you wanted it to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just put that one there. Okay, so that is my card using the number 30 stencil from Gummiapan and using metallic gilding polishes and wax, gilding wax. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know. Please possibly try something similar for yourself, and I'll be back soon. Please follow me on social media at Handmade by Shirley on Facebook and at handmade_by_Shirley at Instagram, and you'll see all the finished projects on these pages. Thanks again. Bye for now.